Hi everyone, I'm Carol Hartman from KLVW TV, and I'm here with a bunch of lovely ladies this afternoon, and we're playing a game of Mahjong. We thought that so many people in this village play Mahjong, it would be nice to see what it's all about. Not going to teach you how to play, but you could see what it's about and maybe learn a little something about the game. So, let's have a question. Why don't you take your next turn around, and then we'll ask it.
Ask you, Carol, if people want to learn how to play, is there someone that they can get in touch with to learn? Because we do have some teachers here starting classes.
Right. Are they going to start classes again?
Yes, Faye Weinstein.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would advise anybody who wants to learn how to play to watch the newsletter and see when classes were. Frankly, that's how I first learned how to play. I said, everybody's playing, I want to know about this game. I don't think I ever heard of Mahjong before I came to this village. So
It used to be for Jewish ladies and Long Island women. But now everybody plays.
everybody plays. So I don't want to interrupt your game too much and you lose the train of thought. So why don't you do a couple of rounds and then I'll ask somebody else a question.
9 bam.
Same? 2 bam.
Deb, I wanted to ask you, we're having a lovely time at your house today, and I know a lot of people play in homes. We used to play in Encore, but people seem to have faded away from that. So how does somebody get involved in Mahjong in the village?
Well, they can call Recreation and ask for my information and call me, and I can, connect them with other groups. I do have a list of players that we started a couple of years ago, and I've maintained that list. But unfortunately, a lot of the players at Encore decided they wanted to play at home or in specific groups, so they started doing that. But we can try to connect people with other players to make sure they have a game or a learning possibility, as Faye Weinstein often does these annual classes.
Yes.
Sometimes she does it more than once a year, so that's going to become available to them. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to teach people, and there are others who are capable of teaching, and so we can connect in that way.
Yeah, I know we mentioned earlier about Faye starting some new classes and looking for the information in the newsletter. That's how I learned. And I think you did
I
too.
learned that way too. That's how I had a friend who began teaching me personally, and then I attended that because it was more close to home.
Okay.
8 bam.
South crack. Red.
Hi, I'm Sandy, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mahjong and how to play it. You start with a card, and you buy these from the National Mahjong League, and they print them every single year. So because the choices for you to win are changed every single year. So if you memorize the card, it does you no good. You need to relearn it the following year. So there are basically 4 suits, and there are cracks, there are bamboos, there are dots, and there are dragons. And you try to make one of these runs on the card, and they're all different possibilities. However, what makes it interesting is you get a hand and you have to immediately pass 3 tiles. So, and then you pass again, and you can pass again, and you pass again. So what you think is your hand when you're first dealt your tiles is not your hand. So you might have to change whatever you had originally looked at in the card and change it again. But that's the beauty of the game. It's exciting. You don't know what's going to happen. And you go one by one until someone reaches Mahjong. And Mahjong is when you complete one of these runs that they show on the card. And in order to do that, you must pick up the last tile, and that finishes your run, and you say Mahjong. So I hope that explains it. It's really not difficult. It takes a little time to learn the tiles, but it's a good game. It keeps your mind occupied, and you make good people. So come out and enjoy. Okay, some not so good people. But
go ahead. Finish.
No, I'm good.
I was just going to say, when I started to learn, Janice, who was helping teach at that point, kept saying to me, it's so simple. It's like cards. Well, I had played a lot of cards in my life, and it was nothing like any of the card games I had played. They were totally different. So I think you have to learn to put that totally out of your mind and just start from base zero and work from there.
And also, Carol played so defensive that she never had a hand. She never thought about getting a hand. She just worried about not giving someone else a hand.
Well, there are strategies in the game.
But,
there's definitely strategy that you have to have in the game, and you have to be aware of what is thrown out. You know.
We play for fun,
right?
But some people play for money
and blood.
Well, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching a little Mahjong and you've learned a little something about it. If you would like to learn how to play or get in touch with somebody to play with, call Recreation and they'll put you in touch with people. There will be some classes starting soon, and I hope you had a good time watching. Thank you very much. This is Carol Hartman for KLVW TV.